Hey there, I'm Shelby Cornett, head coach at Amplify Academy, founded by Holly Essington. And welcome to the Stories of the Amplified Life. This is a series where we highlight the real women inside of our community who, decided that they wanted something different. So they learned high ticket sales skills, and now they are creating lives with more freedom, flexibility, and opportunity. And today, you'll get to hear one of their stories. I I have this like new nickname for you now. You're the comeback kid for me. I know you're not a kid,
Yeah,
but
I'll take it.
Cassie
I
the
wish I
comeback
was.
kid. Okay, so Cassie, welcome. I am just beyond thrilled to chat with you about your journey before, during, after Amplify. So for our listeners who don't know you, why don't you just introduce yourself and share a little bit about who you were like before Amplify?
Okay, sure. So my name's Cassie. I am in Charlotte, and prior to Amplify, I was a teacher. Well, prior. Then I was home with my kids for a bit, and I just feel like now my son is about 4.5. My daughter's about to be 3, the sassiest 3-year-old ever, but 3. And they don't need me so much. And I was just like, I need to do something. Like I was teaching takes so, as you know, takes so much out of you.
Hmm.
And then becoming a mom takes even more out of you. It's the best thing ever, but it takes a lot out of you. So I was like, okay, before Amplify, I was still me, but a dimmer version of me. And then I came across Holly, and I'm like, maybe this can help bring me back a little bit.
I love it. Okay, so how many years were you a teacher?
I was about 8 in total. So I started in New York,
Okay,
and then when I came down to Charlotte, I
okay.
got a job pretty quickly. I'm like, wow, that's so different than New York. Like they give you a job so fast. And then I learned why.
Okay. And then, okay, so I'm assuming then you left teaching when you had your first. Is that
Yes.
okay?
So he was a December COVID baby.
Mm-hmm.
So the plan was to work right up till the Christmas break. He was born December 28th. And
Okay.
then my husband and I decided I would take, because I think my maternity leave would go till about spring break. And there was
Okay.
only, maybe 6, 8 weeks left. So we said, I'm just going to take the rest of the year because, with everything that was going on, I was worried about germs and I was PE. So I was in the gym like with the kids with like the sweat, the snot, the
Yep.
everything, which was so fun. But now, I was a little bit hesitant now with a newborn.
Yep.
So I stayed home the rest of the year. And then childcare was crazy. We didn't get in anywhere right away. So then I was
Mm-hmm.
home a little bit more and then I got pregnant. And my husband's like, okay. I'm like, well, I could go back if you wanted me to. I mean, my salary wouldn't even cover childcare, but like I could. And he was like, I see what you're doing. Say so that's
You were
what led
already
me to
selling
Charlotte.
at that point before.
That's it. Yeah, my first gig.
Yep. Okay, so it just with the times and then just practically it just made more sense, it sounds like, for you
Mhm.
to stay home.
And I
Okay.
wanted to, I wanted to be the one
Totally.
to be there for all those moments. And
Totally.
I know I've said it before and I am kind of joking, kind of not, but like I don't want to leave my kids to go be with other kids, other
Yeah.
people's kids for hours a day. So if I was going to be with children and love on them, I wanted it to be my own.
Yep.
So
Makes so much sense. Okay, so then walk me through kind of around the time that you maybe started thinking you wanted to do something else or like started looking, or was this kind of like a fast process where you're like, okay, enough and jumped into
So
something?
originally I thought it was a fast process, but I
Okay,
went back recently and I had commented on things a few times before.
interesting.
And I think at that point when I was like first looking, or not even looking, but first commenting, it was because I was in just this feeling of like I was so isolated being home. I'm like, okay, I
Hmm.
want to do something. But then by the time I got serious and I, commented and booked a call with Holly or Tatiana and all of that was pretty fast because I was ready. Like I was really ready to, like I said, my kids didn't need me for every little thing. My in-laws actually moved down to Charlotte, so they are a huge help. They take the kids a lot. So I'm like, I can really do something now. And like I was starting mentally to get back a little bit after like all
Hmm.
that postpartum gunk.
Hmm.
So then I reached out and I just was watching Holly. like all the stories. I'm like, I can do this. Like I loved what she was showing, which like she just was so genuine because a lot of things once you start looking, so much
Yeah.
comes across your feed,
Uh-huh.
and some of it is like, ooh, like that's icky. And it might not, maybe it's not, but just I
Yeah.
loved how authentic Holly came
Mhm.
across. So I was like, okay, let's book a call. And at that point, it was just like, boom, 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 like I'm ready.
Yeah. You do seem like you kind of, when you know what you want, you make a decision quickly.
Yes.
So what were some of the, I'm curious, like some of the other things that you can, so it sounds like you knew like I'm doing something remote. So then you jump online, try to look for remote stuff. Like were you on Instagram? Was it, I know some people are looking on other platforms for more traditional like remote work too. Like what did you come across?
So it was a little bit tricky because my husband's like, we'll just like do a LinkedIn. I'm like, well, teachers don't really like do LinkedIn very much. So I don't really know. But I tried that, and then everything that came across there, I just had a bunch of people reaching out like, you'd be great in this program of like basically going back to school. And I'm like, well, I don't want to do
Hmm.
that. But I did feel, and I don't know if you felt this way, but like leaving teaching, I was like, I don't know what else I can do with a teaching degree. Like it's so specific. And I have since learned that like the skills of a teacher are so valuable. But for me to feel confident, I was like, I want to find something that is like really focuses on the training and like providing the skills so I know I'm 100% ready to
Hmm.
jump back into something. So I think I came across like billing coder something, but again, that was school. At one point, I think I was like, I could just like do the Amazon reviews. I buy a lot of stuff on Amazon. That lasted all of 30 seconds. I was like, no. So then I saw Holly, I saw the program of how it worked out, with how hands-on you are. And I
Hmm.
was like, this is it.
Okay. Okay. Well, thanks for walking me through that. And I do, unfortunately, I think it's kind of like a twofold thing. I think it's true for moms and I think it's true for teachers where it's like, this is all I do. Like, what are my transferable skills? Because this is what I'm
Mhm.
programmed to do. Like, what else is there? Which is so sad for me because I agree, like, with teachers and moms, like, there are so many skills. It's just you didn't necessarily like specialize in something else, you know? But so I'm glad that it sounds like you see that now of like all the transferable skills. And I think people see that too when whatever it is, whether it's they go into sales or something else, they start to see where like, oh, here's where I can pull from my previous experience to really aid me in this. Um, okay, so in Amplify now, so it sounds like just genuineness, this is something I can do, there's the support there, like let's go. When you got into Amplify, what like aspect or aspects of the program do you feel like helped you to become most confident and like prepared moving into this space?
I think just like how hands-on everything is. And it's kind of that mix of like, okay, here is the coursework and you can move at your own pace in some portions of it, which is great
Hmm.
because I was home and my kids were gone 4 hours a day. So I was like, okay, I'm done with this. Like, let's keep going. But then like the calls and actually practicing with other women
Hmm.
was so great. It helped my confidence and it was just nice to get that aspect of like talking to someone else. Like that
Yeah.
was a big thing. And I know I say it all the time with the ladies in the community, but like that is what like I think the idea of doing something for myself brought me to Amplify, but like the community is what has made it so amazing and made me want to move so fast because I'm like, we're in this together. Like we are each other's biggest cheerleaders, and that sounds corny, but it's
It's
true.
true
Like
though. It's true.
like I've moved faster because I have like these girls with me. Like, let's do it.
Hmm.
You can do this. Let's try it again. That wasn't your best. Let's practice till you feel okay. So
Yeah.
that's kind of was
You came in with a really solid cohort though too. Like there were like a handful of gals because you did the fast pass, they did too. And so
mhm.
you all were just kind of like, let's go, let's lock in and let's get her
Yeah.
done. Which, yeah.
It's really been a lot of fun. Like, and we all kind of had that same mentality of like, okay, we have the fast pass. Like, let's take full advantage of it. To the
Hmm.
point, I think I was going on a birthday trip for my husband. And I was in the airport, and Emma's like, "Hey, anyone free?" I'm like, "Yeah, hold on. I'm at the airport. Let me just sit down for a second." Like we were just there,
Yeah.
and that's what was both ways. Like everyone was just there to help each other, and we
Mhm.
find we have like so much in common that now we're chatting about things other than work, which has been really, really fun.
I love that. I love that so much. Um, Okay, so catch us up to speed then. Like, what are you doing now? Tell me a little bit more about your role and like the offer that you're working on.
So I am working on, I actually have two placements. One of them I'm still in the training, and that's for a closing position with a mindful eating coach, who is wonderful. But she, again, the reason I love her so much is she's so hands-on. So she is making sure that we are all fully confident before we take the next step. And I just, for me personally, that's what I need to know I'll succeed. Like once I get that confidence, you're not going to stop me, but
Hmm.
help me kind of get there. Tell me what you want. So that's been fun just to go through the training of that portion. And then I'm actually working with someone who helps burnt out teachers find their next path. And that one, I originally was not going to look at it because I had already committed to the closing position. But
Hmm.
with the hours that it was, and just this offer being what it was, I was like, I have to reach out. Like this just feels so close to home, and just then after speaking to the business owner, it's like she's great. She's actually from not too far from me. So we met
Cool.
in person for our
Oh,
interview. She's
nice.
like, "Do you want to just go get coffee?" And it's just been amazing since. So
Awesome.
that has been so, and that's a DM position, but that's been really
Okay.
fun, and just connecting with people and being able to be like, I see you. Like
Hmm.
I see where you are, and like let me, I'm still teaching. Let me show you how to, get you where you want to be.
Yep. Yep. I love that about this space too because like even though you're going into sales, there's so many different niches in the high ticket
Mhm.
sales space that you truly can kind of take that like what were your passions before in your like previous career and align with something that matches that. And it sounds like you definitely found that in this opportunity. Um, okay, so how long have you been in the both of these offers?
So what's it, since like maybe the beginning of April.
Okay,
So
cool. So we're
yeah,
going
so for
on a
the
couple
spring
months
break,
almost.
I was at the beach with my family when like all these kept coming in. So my wounds were just like, sorry, I'm in a crazy background, but like I want to work with you. And so it's been about 6 weeks, I think, at each.
Okay, okay. Going back to placement too, because I think people are always like curious about this process as well. And you are definitely like a get her done, get after it kind of person. When you were in that, so you became certified, working on landing a placement. What, just briefly, what did that process look for you? Like, were you sourcing businesses? Were you reaching out to opportunities that were from us? Like, what did that look like for you?
So a little bit of both.
Okay.
We you gave us all the information on placement and kind of where to look and how to get started. So I kind of jumped into that right away. I think I was certified on a Friday, which was perfect because I had the whole weekend to just like dive in. And then that following week, it just happened to be that like so much was coming across, like into you guys, which of course you funnel to us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, these both came through you,
Okay.
but I did, speak to some other business owners just from the guidelines and like the templates that you provide to reach out to
Right.
business owners and that I like that part of it too, because I took it as I'm only going to reach out to business owners I feel like I align with, and
Mm-hmm.
that I would really be an asset to, not just someone who says they're hiring, but someone who I can really stand behind what they're doing.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely a teach a man to fish, in this case, a woman to fish, so that like,
Yes.
even without us, you're able to find those placements that are in alignment with what you're wanting. Okay, awesome. So within your time, I know you haven't been in your placements long, but I would just like love to hear now that you're settled in, like what does a typical day look like for you then? Like walk me through that.
So, um, wake up with my kids. Sometimes if I'm up earlier and I'm in bed, I'll do a little work just from my phone in bed before I'm ready to put my feet on the ground. And then I'll get them ready for school, we'll drop off. Sometimes I'll go to a coffee shop, which if Tatiana's listening, that was one of the things I told her, like, I just want to sit at a coffee shop and work and just like feel joy. And I'm doing it, which is amazing. So
Yay.
sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes I come home. I've taken over my husband's office completely, so
Hmm.
I have to go elsewhere.
Love
Um,
it.
then I pick my kids up at 1 and we get to have our days together, and I'm not as drained from just doing mom stuff all day or wife stuff all day. I've, poured into my cup for these few hours. I've been productive, used my brain, talked to so many great people, and then I get to pick them up and go back to mom mode for a bit.
So, how would you say life has changed for you then on a deeper level
It
before and
has
now?
been like, and I know I say this and it's gonna like make me emotional, but it has been like so amazing from just, of course, financially, like I just paid for our kids' summer stuff, which is great. Um, and we have some trips to New York to see my family. But like more than that, like even my husband is like, you are like the Cassie that I married and fell in love with, like she's back. I know we say that all the time, like, she's back. But like I really feel that way. So this might be too much information. We got pregnant on our honeymoon. So my husband's like, well, that was really fun 2 weeks of marriage. Hormones kick
Yeah.
in crazy. And he's like, I feel like I'm going to get more than 2 weeks now, like with the person I wanted to marry. So it's been like that part of it has just been
Oh, that
priceless.
is the ultimate payoff. Yeah,
It really
absolutely.
is. Because it makes me, I'm a better wife. I'm a better mom. I'm better, like, even
Yeah.
for myself. I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should get back to the gym. Let me cook like a healthy, like, I'm just
Yeah.
doing all of the things I've wanted to do, but was just stuck. And now I'm like,
Got that
back.
spark, that energy. Oh, I
Yeah.
love that. Oh, I've got chills hearing that. Well, thank you for sharing that. I know that that was really vulnerable, but I think that's really important for other people to hear
Oh, for
too.
sure. It's,
So, even just like I'm just trying to think like zooming out the timeline of all of this. Do you remember when you enrolled in the program?
um,
Were
I
you
want to
like
say it was February. My
okay,
mom was
like later?
visiting,
Okay.
and I had just enrolled, and then I was telling her all about it. And I was like, well, there's this thing called the Fast Pass, but like, I don't know if I should do it. What do you think? And she was like, do it. Why are you going to slow your momentum down? Like
Yeah.
you seem so happy just talking about it. Do it.
Yeah. Do it
So
fully.
shout out to Dee on that one. She has
Uh,
just
I love
continued. I
that.
still need my mommy, but she was like, do it. And it was, I'm so glad because the momentum that it created and just the confidence from keeping that momentum, I think has what's snowballed everything into to just moving so flawlessly.
Yeah. Go moms. Yeah, so that's really like what, 90-ish days literally
Hmm.
to transform it into this. That's incredible.
It,
It's like no
it's
time at all.
it is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so couple more questions. What would you, okay, so practically, when we're talking about like juggling elements of the program and then kind of, and I don't want to say juggling, I just kind of making sure that, well, I guess we kind of talk about it that way, right? Having glass balls and rubber balls, and there's those balls are the priorities. When you were in the program and then even now transitioning into the high ticket sales space as a mom, like how doable was that for you? What did that look like when you were kind of juggling that in the program and then now in this role?
Honestly, it was easier than I anticipated,
Okay.
partially because my husband, we had a very like serious, well, not serious, but like I guess serious conversation of like, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what we decided was going to be good for our family, but I'm going to
Hmm.
need you to maybe, you know, you pick up a little bit over these next little bit
Yep.
till I get certified or I find a placement. And he was more than happy to jump in and kind of take over certain things so I can focus on this. Um, but I mean, really, it tends to be a lot of females in the, well, it's all females in the group, but like a lot of
Yep.
moms too,
Hmm.
who know the chaos that comes with just kids and
Yeah.
life really doesn't have to be kids, it's life.
Yep.
So everyone's just willing to work with each other. So sometimes it's like, hey, I need to get something done, but I can only do it at like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. Anyone free? People are like, yeah, I'm up feeding my baby. Like, sure, let's do it. Like, if you don't mind. Or, early mornings and with different time zones, it just kind of all works out, I think, easier than anticipated with that part of
Hmm.
it.
And I think even too with just like I don't know, when you're thinking about what you have to accomplish, it can feel kind of overwhelming. But when you look on it like day to day, it's like what, 30 minutes, an hour that you try to plug in different places, and
Oh,
it's
totally.
pretty, yeah, it's pretty doable. And moms just know how to get stuff done. So
Yeah, you have to do multiple things
yeah,
at once if you want to get it done. It's like that
yeah,
Instagram reel that keeps going by where the mom's like got her red mask on, she's on her jiggler, she's lifting weights and like somehow doing something with a kid. Like just it just happens.
yep,
So sometimes it
yep,
meant, listening to a call in the car or you just find ways to fit it into your life. And
yep.
that's really why I went into this anyway, was because it was something that could fit into my life, not me
Hmm.
adjusting our whole world for this. It was
Yep.
something that could just fit seamlessly.
Yeah. And it sounds like that's true then with like the positions you're in right now, like with DM setting, it sounds like you kind of do it around being mom and then be able to be present, when they're home
Hmm.
and I imagine with when you start taking calls too, like just being able to open your schedule and places where it works.
Yes, so I'll kind of, put in my availability and we'll fill it in there. So I'll have, the time where my kids are at school and again talk to my husband like, hey, there's going to be a couple nights a week where I want to open this up. So like you're on full duty here. And
Mhm.
but just again, he's been like so great about it because he's seen the change in me. So he's supportive, but also I think selfishly, he's like, whatever is going to keep this going, sign me up. Yeah.
That's great. I mean, like
Yeah.
having that support is a game changer. So I love that
Mhm.
he like sees the value and the payoff too, obviously,
Mhm.
for you guys to be in it together. I love that. And I know you mentioned too that you have some trips booked to see your family in New York, and I think that was one of your main things coming into the program too, is like I want to be able to, without guilt or having to worry about booking it, just like be able to go visit my family. So that's really exciting that you've got.
It's been nice like right now. So my brother and sister-in-law are about to have their second baby.
Oh,
So I booked a trip before so I can go to the shower, like which I would have done anyway, but now I'm just doing it without thinking.
yeah.
So like
Yep.
even taking that off my plate has been so great. Like
Yep.
I knew I would never miss it, but now it's like, okay, let me just book it. Okay, just book it now. Like
Yep.
I don't have to wait till later.
Yeah.
And like I know I'll book, I'll wait till they have the baby and then I'll book a trip and just go and see my cute little
Mhm.
niece. So
Yeah.
it's just freeing is what it is.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like
It's
this
like a
weight is
mental load
off and
off.
I can,
Yep.
yeah. It's
Yep.
it's
Oh,
amazing.
I love that. I love it. Okay, so with us some wins. Like, have you had any wins that you felt like, yes, I did it, go me in your new roles?
Oh yeah. So with the closing, I remember you and I talking about it, and I'm like, that's
Hmm.
not really what I want. Like, I don't know if I can do that. And then through the program, I was like, I actually think I like this, which is crazy because going in, I'm like, I'm just gonna go through it and finish that part of the
Uh-huh.
program, and then I'll just never see it again. And now I'm like, so what else do we have in the closing department? So that has been just a win of like realizing I can do hard things. Like that seems silly, but
Hmm.
like I can and I can go outside my comfort zone and like succeed, which is
Yep.
great. So that part is awesome. And then with my DM role, I'm looking over here, we've had like trainings and stuff and we have a goal of, X amount of people signed up and the first one that I came on, I think it was only a couple of days till the training and I was able to get well over our goal of that.
Heck
So
yeah.
that's been fun. And then of course that turns into, people seeing what Rachel's offering and seeing the
Mhm.
value in it. And then that turns into sales. So it's the wins are just, snowballing because those are
Yeah.
great wins for me. But then I'm like, even more so, these are wins for these women. Like now
Mhm.
they get to go on and feel how I'm feeling now. Like they're going to get that too. And
Mhm.
it's just
Yeah.
nice.
Full circle. I love it.
It
I
is,
love it.
yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of that same fulfillment that I think it's important for women in general, and then especially coming from something like teaching education, where, we don't go into it for the money, as you pointed out. So, yeah,
Yeah.
finding that thing where you kind of get to have both, like you get to have the money and also I'm making a difference, is
Hmm.
pretty wonderful. Yeah.
Definitely. It fills that piece of me a little bit. And then I'm like, eh, then I get to go see my parents.
Yeah. Everybody wins. I love
Yeah.
it. Okay, so tell me, what would you say to the woman watching this who's kind of sitting there thinking, like, could I really do this? Do I ha really have it in me? Because I know even you were kind of talking about that of like, I came into it thinking I was going to do one thing because it was outside of my comfort zone, and now I'm like, bring it on, I can do hard things. What would you say to that woman who's kind of sitting there at the edge?
I mean, just do it. Do it. Trust yourself. Like, and I know, like we've said, I'm very like, if I'm into something, I'm gonna go all in. But my husband
Hmm.
is much more like, let's take a beat, let's think about this. Is this, and like, so before I even, I think before I got on the call, or maybe after I spoke to Tatiana, I had found some girls through the program.
Mm.
My friends say I could have been in the CIA, so it was either CIA or Amplify, but we
Okay.
chose Amplify. So I found some girls that have gone through, and I'm like, hey, can you give me like your raw, real experience? Like,
Mhm.
am I going to get my investment back? Am I going to find a placement? Can I do this? And they gave it to me straight, and I was like, Drew, this is happening. Like, I love your level-headedness, but like,
Mhm.
I'm also here to tell you it's happening. So like, let's
So
bring
get
it
on
on.
board. Let's go.
So, yeah, exactly. So just do it. You can, and part of it is like I said, I was nervous. Can I do this? Can I do closing? I don't know. Like that's my brother used to make fun of me that I couldn't even pick up the phone and order a pizza when I was younger. And now I'm like, who else can I talk to? Come on, like let's discuss it. What aren't you So you learn the skills that you need. And I think a lot of it is just finding a placement that fits with you, that you really believe in. And it doesn't seem like sales. I genuinely want to help you and let me show you what that looks like.
Right. And selling is just part of that process,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I love it. Cassie, this has been wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us, getting vulnerable, and just kind of being a beacon for other women who are kind of where you were, what, like 3 short months ago. So
It's
really
crazy.
appreciate it. Yeah,
And
it really
a new
is.
person in this short of time. I'm like, just catch me next year.
Yeah. Oh, I will definitely be asking you back. I would love to do, yeah, a year out. Awesome. Thanks, Cassie.
Of course. Thank you.